Sunrise on Saturday, I'm headed out to the lake, just my buddy and me. Got my boat hooked up to my Chevy truck. I'm running high on luck, I ain't ever coming down. Time to back the boat down the ramp again. Do everything we can to come back in with a winning side. That's the life of a fisherman you wouldn't understand. Something you can't feel on dry land. Gotta get your arms way up in a catch and set the hook on smallmouth bass, and then you'll understand. Gotta get your hands on your Maori and a G. I bet you like what you feel. Stay on deck. Give the world. Hello, welcome to my world.
Woo! Here we go, Mr. Dillon says as he throws up on the screen as I dial it in. Here we go. Oh, are you guys tired of seeing me yet? Like, let's just be honest. Like, I mean, we're on like night 8, I think. Are y'all tired of seeing me yet? Because when we decided to do this and do 2 weeks straight of shows every single night, I'm not gonna lie, I had a couple of people tell me, hey man, you're an idiot. You know what? I am an idiot. You're absolutely correct. But these guys deserve some time to shine. These guys deserve to have their stories told. So, like, let's do this, right? Let's rally. Let's get this thing done. And what an incredible way to learn more about these individuals. These guys have put in the blood, the sweat, the tears, the grime, the road miles, the money, the effort, the time away from their families to make it to this event. And they deserve an opportunity to tell their story, to tell who they are, what they're doing. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to do it. I love doing this stuff. I love having these conversations with these guys. And so it's going to be good. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good time. You guys are already, I love that you guys are just already dropping in the comment section and letting us know where you're shouting us out from. I love that y'all are already in to knowing what it is I'm going to ask for. That means we're getting a rhythm here, right? We're getting a flow. We're getting a little rhythm and flow. I like it. I like it a lot. Our guest tonight, Mr. Derek Brundle, out of Massachusetts, is a guy who does things a little differently on several fronts. So I'm excited tonight to talk to him and to kind of get an idea as to who he is, what it is he's doing, and what he's got going on. This guy is the Rookie of the Year for all of KBF. He's also the Angler of the Year for, I think, the Northeast region. So this dude, in a short amount of time, has come in and really, I mean, built a name for himself. I don't think, and we're going to find out, but I don't. He's not. I don't believe he's a household name yet, the way that some of these other hammers are. But I tell you what, he's on his way. With everything that he's been doing, he's on his way. So what I'm hoping he does is he gets back in this green room and we get him pretty quickly. That's what I'm hoping, because he's not here. We was having some phone connection problems, so maybe we can get him pulled back up and get him back in here. But let's kick this thing off right. Let's do this the right way. You guys ready? Let's see if we can get this rolling. Hey, I like that shirt, right? Check out that swag, baby. Check out that swag. Tackle your dreams. Come on. Come on. Let's do this the right way. Let's do this. What's going on? Facebook Live. Woo! What up, everybody? Welcome to the weigh-in. I'm your host, Scott Beutjer. And holy smokes, if we got a killer show for you guys tonight. The KBF ROI Rookie of the Year and AOY for the Northeast region, Mr. Derek Brundle. As I'd love to say he's in the house, but I think he's working to get his way into the house. So Derek, if you're there, bro, come on in. We're gonna have a good show tonight. We're gonna talk to him a little bit and get some information, get some news, get some updates, kind of see where his head's at going into this event. So I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. You guys know how this thing rolls out. Two things I want you guys to do in the comment section. If you haven't already done so, drop in the comments and let us know where you're watching from. I love seeing where everybody's at across the country. And then secondly, go in and smash that share button, guys. That share button is vital. That share button is key. That share button helps me. Helps me kind of get a kind of get a feel. Helps us get this out. Let people see what's going on. And guys, I mean, at the end of the night, like we're talking to a guy who's not an unknown, but he's not a household name yet. He can change that in just a couple of weeks, and I think he wants to. So let's get this out, guys. Y'all get this thing out. So if you want to be entered, y'all know we're giving away $1,000, right? $1,000 gift card to Dee Zee. You guys, if you see my ride, y'all seen how Dee Zee come in and pimp my ride. Y'all know I'm a big Dee Zee fan. So who couldn't use $1,000 to Dee Zee? Here's how you can win that, guys. When you smash that share button, drop in the hashtag Dee Zee the TEN. Hashtag, just like a hashtag. Come on now. You guys 2020, you know how to use a hashtag. Drop in the hashtag Dee Zee the TEN. You can go in and tag any of the 11 competitors that are going into this competition, and give them a little shout out, give them a little love. Pick who it is you think is going to win. You can even drop that comment right here. Let us know who you think is gonna win this thing. And on Monday night, we've got a special episode that we're doing right here at 8:30 on Monday night with Ron Champion and Corey Dreyer talking about the original 10 4 years ago, bringing a little history back to the streets. And so we're gonna pick a winner of that on Monday night. So Derek, bro, I see you in the green room on the struggle bus. You okay? Let's bring Derek Brundle in the house, guys. Let's see if we can get this thing rolling. You guys welcome in the KBF Rookie of the Year, Derek Brundle. What's up, my brother?
What's happening, everybody? How's it going?
Going well, man. Doing well. How you been, bro?
Good, man. Good. Hanging in there. You know, it's looking outside and it's blowing like 30. It's supposed to drop down to about 4 degrees tonight. So
wait a minute. Whoa. Pump the brakes. 4 is like 4 degrees, and we lost him. Did he just say that? Maybe his internet line is frozen. Y'all think that's possible? What's the Frozen song? The Let It Snow. Let it snow. I don't know. Maybe his internet got froze up, right? Matthew says cold. I can't even comment on what you just said there. But 4 degrees? 4? That's cold.
You got me now?
Yeah, I got you, bro. 4 degrees is cold.
Well, I mean, that's the regular temperature. They're talking about maybe colder with the wind chill.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not built for that.
You know, none of us are. No, I mean, I guess the Northeast guys are kind of used to it. You know what I mean? But it's supposed to be like 60 on Saturday, so we're gonna go hit the lakes, throw the yaks in, and catch some fish.
Bro, 4 degrees. Hang on. I'm trying to process that. 4 degrees?
Yeah.
I am proud to be a Georgia boy. My goodness. Woo! That's got to go to your core, right? We ain't built for that. If it gets below 30 here, they cancel school, dog.
I don't know, man. All I know is that, you know, when it gets cold enough and we get ice, we drill holes through it and then we fish through the holes.
That's phenomenal, bro. Phenomenal. Now you've had dude, no disrespect. I mean, you came out of nowhere this year and just, started throwing your weight around.
You know, I didn't plan on it being that way. I just kind of, you know, started off the season with one goal of making the national championship. And really, I suppose I got lucky and I won a state challenge, the first state challenge in April. And kind of got that whole monkey off my back right away. And then, I don't know, I just had fun.
All right, let's back up. Let's back up. Let's go to the beginning, Derek,
All right.
because I feel like a lot of people don't know your story, bro. So what? I mean, did you grew up in this frigid climate? Is that born and raised? Or you?
Yeah,
Are
yeah. I
you?
grew up.
Yeah.
I grew up here in Antarctica. No, yeah, I grew up here in Massachusetts, and I started fishing at an early age. My dad got me into fishing. Like most of us. I was lucky enough for that, and I fished every day when I was a kid, basically. Um, I would wade or ride a pond across. I was lucky enough that we lived across the street for a pond, so I used to hop out before school in the morning, wade around fishing, and then jump back on the bus and head to work. Sometimes still wet from wading around fishing in the morning, but yeah, man, I just fished and hunted and did the whole outdoor thing since I was little.
Now, I mean, so I mean, competitive. Have you always been competitive? Was that a thing when you were younger as well, growing up?
Like competitive fishing or just
Just
competitive?
competitive I mean, in general.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess as much as a kid can be, I played soccer a lot when I was younger. Played for a lot of advanced teams and things like that. High school, and I've always been sports competitive wise. Fishing has just been a love, so I never really considered. I mean, I guess yeah, around with your buddies and stuff. I've always been competitive with them, but I hadn't really got into competitive fishing, on an organized level, except when my dad used to let me fill in for his partner when they'd be on the bass boat and his partner wouldn't be there or whatever.
Now, you were a boat guy for a long time, right? I mean, a big boat.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, bass boat. Also had a crawdad that I started fishing most of the local stuff in, little plastic crawdad. Um, Love that boat. I still got it. I got it from a buddy that passed away, and yeah, I mean, I actually just sold the bass boat not too long ago to buy a camper so I could travel around, do all this KBF stuff, and have all the nice comforts of home and
You're
chill.
bringing, I mean, talk about the comforts of home. Like you're bringing the wife with you sometimes, right?
Oh hell yeah, man! We bring the wife, the dog. Um,
I love it,
Ros-
dude.
Roscoe the Beagle. You know what I mean? He's chill, but he can.
Roscoe the Beagle. Oh, dude,
Yeah,
he's
man.
gonna make an appearance tonight. Roscoe the Beagle.
Oh yeah,
What?
Roscoe, come here.
Oh, dude. I mean, you can't. You have to love a dog named Roscoe, guys. So you're
Yeah,
bringing the wife with you. You sold the boat. So you said something earlier when we were talking that, bro. I'm telling you right now, like I'm guys. It's already copyrighted. Like, don't go try to go get this because I'm putting it on a shirt. But you sold the boat because why?
I can't say that this is my saying, but once you go yak, you never go back.
I love it. I love it. Once you go yak, you never go back.
I tell you,
Boom.
my buddy sent that to me today, and I've been laughing about it ever since, man.
Somebody, that's a hashtag. Once you go yak, you never go back. The reigning champ, Mike Elsey, he was a big boat guy, and
Yep.
is now coming in. So there's a lot to be said for that being true. Of once you go yak, you never go back. I'm sorry if that's inappropriate or offensive, guys. That's good. I'm using that forever. Y'all are fixing to see me hashtagging that all over that. I love that. Oh, so good, so good. Love that. So now, let's go there. They're already throwing it up on the screen. I love it. What? So once you went yak, tell us about that. What was the progression? When did you first start seeing kayaks and getting involved with that? When did you go yak?
Sure. No, so when my daughter was younger, we always searching for stuff to do as a family. So I bought 3 Old Town kayaks when my daughter was younger, and we always did a bunch of stuff. I fished out of it randomly, but not to any real extent other than just paddling around with the family. Bring a rod with me because if I'm on the water, I'm gonna have something with me. But actually wasn't till about 3 years ago where I really started to kayak fish. Um, I had mentioned earlier about the crawdad. I was fishing a local trail out here, and they allow crawdads and john boats under 15 foot as long as you have less than 70-pound electric trolling motor on there or paddle or whatever. So I was doing that, and I ran into one of the Team New Canoe guys, and he was actually directing the trail at the time. And he had a New Canoe Pursuit, and it had a trolling motor on the front. And coming from the bass world, I'm a motor guy. So I thought that thing was the coolest thing since sliced bread. Actually, let me borrow it. I fished out of it.
All right, let's slow down. For people that are following along at home, New Canoe does this a lot. I've seen other brands do it, but for some reason the New Canoe guys seem to gravitate towards it more. But it's a bow mounted full size trolling motor like we see. You know, I know that you're a proud motor guide. I saw your new prop this morning, by the way.
Love that thing.
Dude, I mean, that
Can't
thing
wait to dip it in the water.
we're gonna get on a tangent, but I want to talk about that privately for sure. That thing looks amazing. Big shout out, Motor Guide. You know, I saw I saw that, but the I don't think there's a lot of that. I don't know that we've had a competitor, and maybe Chad or one of the KBF historians that's watching. Have we had a bow front guy do what you're doing? I don't know that we've done that yet. That we've had that. So you're right. That's going to be different. But essentially, you're taking. I mean, and you had a phenomenal video. Well, I'll drop the links when it's all said and done, unless somebody can grab it. But you had a video where you did a walkthrough of your quick disconnect. You know, I think you filmed it at Pearl Harbor, but it was a phenomenal video.
Yeah, I got attacked by ISIS in the side yard out here. They were dive bombing me, man. I don't know. They were flying like I never get any planes flying over my house, and as soon as I turn on the camera, you know what I mean? It's meow,
Dude,
meow.
you went right through it, bro. It was good. Audio was good. We knew what you were getting across. It was really good, bro. As a guy who spends some time in front of the camera, I know how nerve wracking that is to do in your yard by yourself. So you did a good job. But anyway, so you walked us through. So you were out there and you saw them do this, and like you said, it was a light bulb for you that okay, I want to fish. I want to be competitive. I like doing it from a kayak, but I don't necessarily want to paddle, right?
Well, yes and no. I had tried a bunch of different kayaks, anyways, because I was looking at KBF and I seen what they were doing. I really wanted to get more on that competitive edge, you know, with larger tournaments and getting out there and you know experiencing that whole thing. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna pull any punches. I don't like paddling. I don't like pedaling, and there's a reason for that. Maybe we'll get into it, maybe we won't. But yeah, man, when I seen that trolling motor mounted on the front of that kayak, I said, man, I can go places with that thing. I can get it.
How long ago was this? When did this?
I think it was like 2.5 or 3 years ago.
Okay, so then let's get into that then, Derek. Let's get into what folks may not know about you. Let's dig in a little bit to the history. That's what this show about. So let's do that. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome into the weigh-in. I'm your host, Scott Beutjer. We're on with the KBF ROI, the Rookie of the Year, Mr. Derek Brundle, and we're fixing to get a little personal, guys. We're going a little deep, get into a little bit of his story, a little bit about his background. Now, he just referenced talking about finding the new canoes in the kayak space about 3 years ago and finding that bow mount front motor. But for you, what people may not realize is the motors is almost a necessity. I mean, you're very capable. You're a healthy guy now, but 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you were not so healthy. You were actually diagnosed with cancer, and have been cancer free now for about 5 years, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And October of 2014, I was diagnosed with stage 4 squamous cell carcinoma in my throat and the base of my tongue. And for those of you who know about cancer, it's stage 4 is pretty ugly. Doesn't get really much worse than that. Basically, if you could figure this as your throat right here, and you took and covered up 3/4 to 7/8 of your throat, there was a tumor in my throat that had been growing there, and I had no idea until I went to the doctors, and they said, "Oh, we need to get you over to the hospital for ultrasound." I said, "That's weird. I just got a sore throat, you know."
Okay, back up, slow down, Derek. This is mind blowing. So how long had the throat been sore? Is this something you put off? Were you a typical guy?
I always have my own construction company. I'm a framer at heart. I'm a carpenter at heart. And along with that, most of us don't have insurance or never had insurance. Um, I had moved up to northern Vermont, northern New Hampshire, right on the Vermont border, about 40, 50 miles from Canada. And I started working at a company that offered insurance. So I got this sore throat, and there's a gland right here on the side of your neck, and it swelled up to the size of, looked like half of a softball on the side of my neck. And I said to myself, man, I must have like strep throat real bad or something. And then like 2 or 3 days ago, 2 or 3 days after that, it had gone back to normal. Which I thought, wow, whatever, I might have had an infection and when it went away, whatever. About a month later, it came back and I had a really nasty sore throat, almost like you have strep throat, you know. So I had insurance at the time. So I said, why not? I'm gonna head to the doctors and use my insurance that I've never had in my life, and get checked out.
How amazing! And guys, I'm sorry if you don't believe in a higher power, but I do, and that's anyway. I'm sorry, Derek. Go ahead, man. That's
No, it's all
incredible.
right. So yeah, I went to the doctors. I went to she, the ear, nose, and throat lady, and she's like, yeah. So she was real nonchalant about it. So yeah, we just want to get you over to the hospital and have you have an ultrasound. I thought that was weird. So I went, and I didn't realize how terrifying the ultrasound was going to be, which it really wasn't. But they put all this gross stuff all over my neck, and they're rubbing it on there. I thought they were looking for a baby or something in there. But basically, it turned out that they found this very large mass in my throat. So they said, well, you need to come back for a biopsy. So I'm like, okay, this is obviously not a sore throat. So, my wife and I and my daughter, we were fairly worried about it. I went in for an ultrasound shortly after that. I mean, a biopsy shortly after that. And that was petrifying. There was one lady that pulled out a needle, I don't know, about like this long. And she told me to lay on the table. And the woman that did the ultrasound came back in and she said, okay, I need to do an ultrasound while she's taking the biopsy. So she made me lay down. She took this needle and she stuck it in right here. And she went way up the side of my neck along the jugular. And the other lady was watching with the ultrasound to make sure that she didn't get me in the jugular. And I was awake the whole time looking at the screen, like petrified to move. So this woman jams this needle all the way up to about here, and then she goes, "Oh man!" And that's the last thing you ever want to hear when somebody's
No
right
joke.
in your neck. So I didn't want to move. I'm petrified. She goes, "It's not long enough. I need to get the longer needle." And now,
Like,
yeah.
lady,
So
stop talking, woman. Stop talking.
I'm like, whatever. Just get it done. So she comes back with an even bigger needle, jams it up in there, and it's got little pinchers on the end, and it pinched a little piece off, and they sent it off to the lab. And I want to say about a week later, the doctor called me in and said, "Well, unfortunately, you have cancer in your neck, and there's a bunch of different things." That
How old are you at this time, Derek? This is
39. I was 30.
39.
Yep.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, you talk about being scared. I don't think I've ever been more scared in my life at that point. But
Your daughter's she's about 15 or so at that time.
yeah. So I'm like, actually, no, I think she was a little bit older than that.
Regardless, she just
Regardless,
she just
anyway,
got married a jarhead, and she's living out in Cali now. Big congrats to her. So I mean, regardless, I mean, you're not 40, you're still
no,
feeling bulletproof and everything else, and then the doctor comes in and says you have cancer.
yeah, man. I'm not gonna say I'm some kind of stud, but I'm a stud. I was 200 pounds. So no, I'm just kidding. I was 200 pound. Average size dude, whatever. I felt healthy as a horse, but obviously I wasn't. Yeah. So the doctor comes in and tells me that, and they start going over all the different treatment options and different things that they can do and what they can't do and how advanced it was. They were really scared about it spreading to the rest of my lymph nodes and everything. So I told them, straightforward, I don't care if you burn it out, poison it out, draw it out, whatever you gotta do, just rip it out of there with a rusty spoon. I don't care. I'm 39 years old. I don't want to die. So we did. We went and set up a treatment plan. which involved 35 hours of radiation treatments on my neck, and multiple chemo treatments. And that was
Well, so what did those took place? I mean, just for the, I mean, over the course of a year and a half.
no, that took that took place over the course of a month. But
Oh my
yeah,
God, Derek!
I did radiation 5 days a week for 7 weeks, basically. So a little over almost 2 months, with chemo treatments on the spaced out in between. They would take me down, and the way they have to treat the radiation when it's in that area, they made this really. I still have it. I think it's cool, but they made this really cool mask where they heat it up and they just melt it over your face and let it kind of roll out over around you. And then they drill holes in it, and then they bolt your face down to the to the mask on this board and make you lay there, and you can't move, so they can take.
You just said that sounded really cool. That sounds like something out of a Saw movie. What are you talking
But and it was, man, it was crazy. So yeah, I mean, it was the first. I'll never forget the first radiation treatment. I was petrified, man. They bolted me down to this thing, and this thing come out of the sky, basically, or out of the ceiling, and it like a little gun, and it comes down, and it's all on a like a computerized robotic arm, and it comes around, and it like measures you like something out of Alien, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it locks in and it starts hitting you with the radiation.
So you run through all the treatment, and everything else. You're able to push through that.
I
Now
was
this
fitting for treatments.
is,
My dad would bring me to treatments with the bass boat on the trailer, and we would leave radiation and go hit the lake and fish afterwards. That's the only way I got through it, man.
Now was there a switch for you? And Derek, I'm sorry that we're going deep, bro, but stay with me. Was that a switch for you? I mean, I'm contemplating, bro. I'm 38 now, and so I'm running through my head, like we all talk about, tiger your dreams, chase your goals, go do these things. I mean, that has to be a life-changing moment in time in your life, right?
100%. Then after treatments, and I had a real tough time at that, and I got really, really sick. Um, I didn't eat anything, physically eat anything or drink anything for 7 months.
Oh my! So it's all feeding tube.
Everything was through a feeding tube. I got really, really sick. Threw up 30, 40 times a day. I actually ended up down at like 98 pounds at one point. So yeah, I mean, it was ugly, but going through that is definitely something life changing, of course. After that, you kind of think everything else is minimal.
Yeah, you don't get upset over little things anymore. You don't
I
you
try
you
not to.
you miss a hook set, and it doesn't feel like the end of the world anymore.
No, that's a fact, and I'll tell you, I went to a speech therapist that teach me how to swallow and how to talk again, because there was so much damage done to the throat. Yeah, I would be sitting on the couch, and radiation is so intense. The skin on the inside of my throat was falling off like a sunburn on the inside. It was disgusting. But through strong family support, strong friends, strong community, I was able to pull it back together after about a year. I started to the first thing I think I ever ate was like a Reese's peanut butter cup. And
Oh, what a great choice! What a
I'm
great
telling you, man,
choice!
it's the only thing I could get down. And like, I will put back some Reese's peanut butter cups to this day. And I think it's, something
Hoover,
taught.
Hoover, if you're listening right now, Mama Christie's watching. I know Mama Christie on his when he walks in, you need to have a case. I'll go get him. We need to get a case of Reese cups and have them for Brundle on the end of his bed when he walks into the tent house. Let's make that happen.
I
Well,
appreciate it.
Casey, I don't even, dude. There's almost no way to transition to that properly. other than, bro, thank you for sharing that with us, bro, and getting so personal. Phenomenal, man. It's so good that and guys, I don't care if you like it or not. How good is God? Like, that's just incredible, bro. Everything about it, everything that you went through, everything that you've done. What a phenomenal way to get to where you are. If you guys are just tuning into the weigh-in, whoo, we're having a history lesson tonight on Derek's life and what he's been through and why he's as calm and as cool and collected as he is on the water, because this guy's already been through everything that you could throw at him in life and come out clean, beat it, and come out clean on the other end. And Derek, I want to thank you for that, bro. But we got to get into talking about the 10 the KBF a little bit and what's going on around this community. And dude, honestly, an opportunity for I don't know how to put this the right way, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, especially after what you just went through and what we just talked about. But you're the no name in the house, bro.
I like that, honestly. You know, that's more than okay with me. I know that I gotta earn respect from these dudes. I mean, you're talking about the 10 best guys in KBF from the whole entire year of 2019. I know from my perspective, I like to do research, and you know, with the exception of 3 anglers, you can get all the stats from Tourney X. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I looked that up, and you know, without including Mike Elsey, Matthew Scotch, or Joshua Stewart, because their numbers aren't on there. I didn't see them anyways.
Yeah, all 3 of those guys are too cheap.
Yeah, I mean,
it's $30. Come on, guys.
So I mean, just the other guys that are left, and I know Brad Case's numbers are a little skewed because he put a little accomplishment sheet in that little group that we're in.
Oh, don't be giving out our secrets, Brundle.
I'm not, and I'm just saying my mind was blown. I mean, that was insane.
Well, Brad Case is like 90, so I mean, he fished with Moses, so you know what I mean.
I understand that.
Yeah, they parted the sea so he could know where all the spots were.
But you know, one of those things that really got to me when I was looking at all these guys' stats in there, and I accumulated all of them, and all combined, with the exception of Mike Elsey, Josh Stewart, and Matthew Scotch, like I said, these guys, including myself this year, you know, and throughout the Tourney X that has followed them, I'm not sure how many years that is, but have actually verified and caught over 58,565 inches of bass.
I love that you're a stats guy. After my own heart. I love it.
How does that happen? 58,000 inches.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You're walking into a house. I mean, dude, I mean, it's like walking into Home Depot, bro, in the hammer selection. Like they're just, I mean, dude, it's hammer after hammer after hammer, all the way from Dylan, you know, being the small ball peen hammer down here, to Brad Case and Matthew Scotch that are up here with Josh Stewart, you know, and you need 2 men to pick up the hammer kind of selection. You know what I mean? Yeah. So with that being said, bro, let's throw these guys up here on the screen and let's talk about them a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. We've touched base on Brad Case, the frogman himself. I mean, this dude's coming in for vengeance. You know, Jamie is like Jamie's somebody I don't think anybody should be sleeping on. Jamie can run away with this tournament in Florida in 3 weeks. I'm telling you, Casey Reed, dude's dialed in like nobody's business. Cody Milton, I mean, the dude, it's Cody Milton. He's the reigning champ. He's the 10 champ. He's looking to be the first guy to do it back to back. He's last year's AOY. We got the kid who came on 2 nights ago and just stole everybody's heart with how he carries himself as a 15-year-old on this stage in this spotlight. It's crazy. Matthew Scotch, we interviewed last night, has got no problems on any body of water, anywhere that he has. Plus, let's just be honest, he's got a little chip on his shoulder because there's some folks that doubt him. When he fished 18 tournaments this past year, 18. He was top 5 or better in 15 of those. 15 of those, he was top 5. That's ridiculous. Ken Wood, He's a northern boy. Yankee, he got ice water in his veins. But he's not happy with what he did last year at the 10. He's coming on tomorrow night to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Elsey went yak and never went back, right? I mean, this guy won the KBF NC and then never let his foot off the gas pedal. Amazing what he's done this year. Josh Stewart, is, to my knowledge, is on his way back from Mexico right now. I'm not going to get into all that because his episode's coming up in a couple days. But he's on his way back from Mexico right now. And this is a dude who is the only guy coming into this house that has been there all 4 years. Think about that. Think about the time, the effort, the grinding that it takes to make this house. He's been there all 4 years. He's never won it, which to me makes me think he's even hungrier, right? And then last but not least, nobody's cutting out Russ Snyder's. And this year's AOY, the reigning 2019 AOY Angler of the Year for all of KBF, he cashed a check in almost every body of water he was on. So you got your work cut out for you, bro. Coming in as the underdog, every single person has discussed 3 guys. Every guy that's come on, I've asked to give me 3 names as to who can take them out and why. Derek, I want you to do the same thing, bro.
I gotta tell you, the top of my list is Casey Reed.
Ooh.
I think. I mean, obviously, I'd like myself to win, but if anybody, I think, has a good chance of taking this, just because I know Casey and I know the type of angler that he is, and I know how intense he is, I think he has an incredible shot of winning this.
I think Casey's dialed in. When we did his interview, and you guys go back and watch that. If you guys missed that interview, I'm telling you guys, go over to kayakbassfishing.com/the weigh-in, or go to Scott Beutjer. I can't even say my own name. Scott Beutjer Fishing on YouTube. You can figure out how to spell it. It's not that complicated. Scott Beutjer Fishing on YouTube, or you can just listen to the podcast, guys, on every major podcast platform. But go in and listen to Casey Reeves, and then come back and I dare you to tell me that guy is not focused, that he's not dialed in, because he's on it. So who's your number 2?
Honestly, I'm pulling for Dylan.
The kid,
absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, he's impressive, and not just the way he fishes, but everybody saw it. And when he was on 2 nights ago, just the way he holds himself for a 15-year-old. I hate to call him a kid because he's like a grown man just doing his thing. And I've watched a lot of his YouTube stuff, and Dylan's awesome, man.
Okay. I mean, no complaints there. I would love to see the next generation start right now.
Absolutely.
Let's put these guys on notice. Let's let Dylan come in the house. I mean, I'm saying let's let him, but I'm telling you guys right now, I don't think he's going to get shook. I'll call it right now. I don't think you guys are going to get in his head.
I don't think so either, man. I think that he's very calm, cool, and collected for his age.
Absolutely.
And he has to be for the level that he competes at.
Absolutely. So who's your 3rd?
Going with my hometown hero, Mr. Ken Wood.
Boom. Okay.
Hey, and I almost don't even want to say this because I know you got him on. What's he on tomorrow?
Ken Wood's tomorrow night, bro.
That dude has caught 15,564 inches of bass. Verified on Tourney X.
And you know what, dude? I will be the first to tell you, I don't think he's respected anywhere near the level he deserves to be. I think last year, him coming into the 10 and kind of being, it was his first year. Him coming into the house and being around those guys, he's a very, he's not an overly aggressive, in-your-face guy. Wonderful personality, really funny. He's super funny.
He's hilarious.
Oh, dude, he's so funny. I love that self-deprecating kind of, you know what I mean? Like, he ain't scared to take a shot at himself. He definitely ain't scared to take a shot at somebody else either. but he plays that so well, and I think he really left angry with himself. I think he really left feeling. I don't know if he'll admit this or not. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. I think he left the house last year feeling a little defeated, feeling like he dropped the ball at an opportunity. And I think that's why he did as well as he did this year, and really did what he did this season throughout the year and grinded the way that he did, was to get back to this house to show everyone that he is what everybody says he is, or what everybody, what he thinks he is, right?
Yep. No, I agree with that. I mean, if you take that 15 some odd thousand inches that he's accumulated and you divide that by his total tournaments, you're going to get like an 85-inch average for his tournaments.
It's crazy, dude. Crazy. Now, I got right below you, bro. I've got the payout selection. Now, I want to talk about money, dog. Let's talk about cash.
Yeah, man.
Who doesn't want to talk about money, bro? There's $30,000 plus on the line here at this event. Now, before we get into this cash, let's talk about the Invitational. You know what the Invitational is, right? You're not that much of a rookie.
Oh, I'm in the Invitational.
Yeah, but I mean, but I mean, you know what it is, right? You know that there's an open door for somebody to come into this house still.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'll be playing defense just as much as the rest of these cats on the board up here. You know,
so you're already bought into the crew. You're already bought into the house that we ain't bringing in nobody else.
Yeah, man, we're gonna put the fence up. If you can get through the fence, then you earned it.
I like it. Is there any of these guys coming down to the Invitational that you think has got a shot to come in and take this $10,000 top place?
Yeah, I and I'm probably gonna kick myself for doing this, but I'm bringing them with me. And this is a dude that I bet you nobody's heard of. His name's Matt Conant. He's coming down with me. He's my buddy. He's been fishing with me for 30 years since we were in high school together. I convinced him to buy a kayak this year. He did. He got in it the day that the Veterans Day Challenge started, and he went in and he whooped up on everybody by like 5 inches. And won the Veterans Day Challenge, his first KBF event ever, first kayak. Never even been a kayak. Went bought a kayak and went fishing. And yeah, I'm putting it on everybody to defend against Matt. He's coming down, and he is an absolute hammer.
Now we're talking about a lot of cash here, right? We're talking about a good amount of money here coming into this. $30,000. What it's a tournament where you're walking in the door making $1,000. You're walking in the door making $1,000.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said to my wife the other day, I said, I'm just basically driving to Florida to pick up a check. I just don't know how big it is yet.
Bro, I mean, you're so right. I'm driving to Florida to get a check. I got to figure out how big it is. Dude, you need to be a regular. You need to be a writer, bro. That's so good. So good.
I mean, if you think about it,
you're right.
By the way they put this payout up there, and the way that I have talked to the guys that have been there, and everything that happens at the house, and this is just going to be a phenomenal experience. I have no pressure on me to go down there and perform at any type of level. All I need to do is go down there and fish. I mean, I'm walking in with 11 of the best dudes, possibly. I mean, this is crazy that I'm even here, and I'm just excited to go down there and get the whole experience. And it's been a long time since I fished in Florida, so I'm excited, man. And knowing that you're cashing a check before you even go down there. It obviously doesn't get any better than that. When do you have a guaranteed check anytime you go to a tournament? Never, right?
Dude, never. I'm sorry, dude. If I'm not trying to be distracted, but y'all are saying Chad's in the green room? What? How's Chad in my green room? Hang on a minute. I was gonna throw up. Let me figure this out, guys. I want to throw. Let me throw up this little jersey action that I got sent over to me. You guys haven't seen this yet. I mean, look at how good, Derek. You're not going anywhere, bro. I'm just gonna. You don't go anywhere. You're still there. I'm just gonna bring me and you off of this. I want everybody to kind of take this in, and I'm getting everybody's typing in saying Chad's in the green room. I want to check that out. But meanwhile, you guys take a look at this right here. These look like the performance shirts. The jerseys coming down. All of you guys' name on the back. That 10 logo there. Kissimmee Channel Lakes. I mean, bam! Got Dee Zee, KBF on one sleeve. Digging that American flag. You guys know how I feel about that right there, right? I mean, Brundle, what do you think about that, bro?
It's amazing. I mean, I basically speechless, man. I mean, that's crazy.
Dude, I mean, right there, bro. I mean, look down the names, bro. We're proudly representing MA right there. Derek Brundle with the, I mean, what's it feel, bro? Tell the truth. I mean, having your name right there amongst that group of guys, how's that feel, dog?
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I don't even know. I don't know what to say other than I am truly honored and truly excited to be a part of this. I mean, this is crazy. I just want to point out there's 2 MAs on that shirt.
There is 2. There's 2 MAs on that shirt. You're right, representing. I like, and not only that, I like how you guys, everybody, everybody's got their, their group and where they represent. But I mean, you guys have got no problem representing together. I mean, y'all are coming down to take 10 grand north, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. No, that's one of the things about me, man. If I'm successful, I want my friends to share in my success and have their own successes as well.
Hoover, hang on, Hoover. If you're in the green room, bro, you're not coming on this channel, dog. You are not jumping in. That ain't happening. You guys, y'all don't antagonize. Don't help Chad want to get in on this. This is Derek's night. We're talking to Derek. Hoover, get out of the green room. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. It's good. I was just saying, I mean, I'm about my friends. I'm about my family. I mean, I like to have a good time and just make it happen. I mean, to put things in perspective, like you said, I was sick. I'm a lot better now. I'm just living life now. I mean, last year I got to roll around the country with a country music singer, hanging out all the time, just doing our thing, fishing and having a good time. I mean, what better to do on your quote unquote off time? Because I'm not a pro. I'm just an average dude that works and slaves away and then goes out fishing whenever you can. To do this is just amazing.
Dude, I love the inner and I didn't obviously, this is a new relationship for all of us. I haven't got to spend a lot of time with you. What was this? Sorry if I'm blunt here. Was this infectious personality, Derek? Was this the same Derek pre-cancer?
Yeah, man, I've always been the same. Just like now is, I think, a little bit more amplified because I know the place that I went to, and I'm so thankful to be at the place that I'm at now. That like you said earlier, I mean, there's no reason to sweat any of the small stuff. I mean, I've been through all that, and I am truly fortunate enough to be here today, just to do what I want, and I have the support of my wife, my daughter, my friends, my family. You can't ask for more than that. So you'll see a smile on my face all the time. I don't care if it's blowing 35 miles an hour and pouring rain, thunder, and lightning like it was at Lake Erie. I was out there with a smile from ear to ear, doing my thing, loving life, because this is all that I've ever wanted to do. And now that I'm doing it more and more, the smile never goes away.
Dude, I'm so in love like that, and Derek, bro. I can't wait to get to Florida with you, bro. Chad's in the green room. He's saying that he's got something for you. Dude, I think we're gonna have to bring Chad on, man. He just and wait a minute before Chad threw up his own hashtag. Bring Chad on. Man, you can't do that. Who does that? Who? You know what? All right, we're gonna settle this right now. He said he's got something for you. I don't know what this is about. Let's see. Let me see if I can get Hoover on the screen here. The Hoove just does what the Hoove wants to do. I mean, what's up, brother? Oh, let me get
who does that? Hoove does that. That's who.
Oh boy.
He said, "How did you get in the green room?" I got access to the green room anytime I want to, bro. My logo's on the thing. You know what's up.
It's my green room. This is my green room. What's up, buddy? How you
I'm
doing?
just a guest. Okay, I'm just a guest, but it's your show.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've watched all of these, but some of them I've been sitting at my desk working and watching. And this one, I put everything out of the way. I wanted to hear this one. I had a.
No way. Hang on, pause. That's bro. I've been behind the scenes with you way too long. You don't have the ability to not work.
I'm telling you, this time I did. I put it all away. I
But
turned the screen on. I put my headset on. So I got nothing around me. And I just knew there was going to be something special about this dude's story. I met him at the regional championship, and we did a special announcement at the regional championship because he had blown away the regional anglers so big that instead of waiting to do the regional announcements like we did everybody else, we did the regional announcement. And you see the banner behind him right there, or the check behind him that he won the regional AOI. The dude, you could have picked him out like a diamond in a billy goat's butt, standing in the crowd with them teeth, just perma grin on his face, and just a big goofy Barney Fife looking summit that just like had me cracking up. He was just like, the ultimate saying, like, just happy to be here. That dude was not only just happy to be there, everybody was miserable. The wind had blown like 40 miles an hour. Dudes looked like they just got beat with a shovel. There's Derek in the middle of the group, like, just big smile and like all happy.
I mean,
the
dude has every day to. I mean,
here's the other thing. I want to say that there's 2 states that have 2 anglers. It's Tennessee, and everybody knows Tennessee is a hotbed for kayak fishing. It's where I live, right?
Absolutely.
And there's more opportunity for Tennessee anglers because they're in the center of the country and they can go everywhere than there is anywhere else. So for 2 dudes from Massachusetts to qualify, and for Ken Wood to qualify twice from Massachusetts, just unbelievably respectable. But for a guy to come out of nowhere, fish his first year, and make it into the 10, it's just insane.
I want to discuss that, Hoover. Well, I'm glad that I got you on. And Derek, let me get your opinion first, bro. Last year, watching, I mean, did you even know what the 10 was last year?
No.
So to come into KBF, right? So to come into KBF and to get into this house, and you know what the 10 is now, right?
Absolutely.
Like, you understand what you're walking into with these hammers in Florida in less than 3 weeks' time, right?
Yep.
So
absolutely.
what's the best advice you have for the guy sitting at home, or the young lady at the house, or the retiree, or the person that's sitting in chemo right now watching this story? What's your best advice, Derek, for those folks that are looking to get in this plastic boat life, bro?
Just do it. Just get started. I mean, all it takes. I mean, you could go to Walmart if you want and buy a kayak, buy a fishing rod. You could leave Walmart with everything you need to get started fishing in tournaments.
That's not an endorsement we have here, but he's not wrong. But go ahead.
I mean, that's how simple it can be. I mean, honestly, a lot of people will overcomplicate things and do this and do that and do this. The bottom line is you just got to get out there and do it. I know that, it can seem like a daunting thing paddling out or powering out against 130 anglers or whatever. Put that all out of your mind and just go fishing. Get out, go fishing, have fun, do your thing. I never set out to win a tournament, and it's probably not the right thing to say, but I go out and I fish because this is something that I love to do, and then it grows into something more and more and more every time you go out. Just get out and do it. That's the only advice I can give you. I mean, that's
Derek. How have you been taken in from the community? How have you, because you were an unknown. You're still kind of. I mean, you're not an unknown now by no means. Everybody, I promise you, after tonight, is going to know and never forget who Derek Brundle is. And I think you're going into Florida down to Kissimmee chain to put a nail in that coffin, right? But how were you received this year? I mean, coming in as an unknown, where you're kind of somewhat in the back and you're kind of doing your thing, like Chad said. I mean, what was your initial thoughts in those first couple tournaments and being around this community?
I can't say that anybody has treated me badly, if that's what you're looking for. I've been pretty much accepted. I'm the type of dude that'll walk right up to you and say hello and introduce myself. Whether that turns, Chad knows, whether that turns into something or not. I mean, that is what it is. I'm one of those dudes that just kind of wants to learn, and I feel like there's a lot of people out there that I can learn from, not just these guys in this house, but every angler on the water has some type of thing that they're really good at, whether it's in the fishing community or not in the fishing community. You never know when you're gonna possibly meet somebody that you could, become seriously good friends with and have that relationship for the rest of your entire life.
I love it. I love it. All right, Hoover, you said you got something to talk about. You wanted something for Brundle. I mean, you want me to get out of here? Like, I mean,
no, you're good. You're good. This is a good setup right here. So look, I want to just take 1 second or 1 minute to tell you the foundation for why he had my undivided attention for this thing. I didn't know we shared a similar story, but I did know we had a similar outlook. So I had a similar situation in 04, 05, and I didn't have it anywhere near as tough as what Derek had, but I had a similar, kind of reality check. I had a similar diagnosis, not as arduous a recovery or any of that stuff. And so people ask me all the time why I work so hard, what motivates me, where my mindset comes from. And my mindset comes from that facing mortality kind of a thing. And I've never really spoken about this publicly, but I decided to write the book that I wrote so that in case I wasn't here anymore, I would at least leave a stain on this place and make some type of difference. And so when I sit down to write the book, it was coming out of that, getting my mind right mentality and starting to put my life back together and to realize every day's a blessing and to squeeze every drop out of every day that I possibly can. And I just knew there was something special about this dude's story. And I kept hearing all of these shows where you're like, nobody's picking Derek Brundle. Nobody's picked Derek Brundle. And I didn't pick Derek Brundle. Derek, no offense. I picked Josh because I think Josh is due. He's been the most consistent angler, but I think he's the angler that's favored to win. But here's what I'm going to tell you. I like putting pressure on people. I like audibling. People know me for audibling and just pulling stuff, out of the air. Some people love me for it. Some people hate me for it. But here's what we're going to do.
Whoa, wait a minute. Go ahead.
I'm about to tell you, Scott. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to challenge Derek that if he can win the 10, that I'm going to put together what I'm going to call the Brundle Bundle. All right. And I'm going to call it the Brundle Bundle for not just this year, but for the rest of the 10, that if you can come in as a rookie and you can win the 10, you'll win the Brundle Bundle, even if it's not Derek that's there. And Derek, I hope you're there every year for the rest of the time that you want to be there. But even if you're not there, we're going to put this Brundle Bundle to remind people this to grind, and you always have a chance and never give up, and all the cliches that you can ever imagine. But the Brundle Bundle is going to be this. If you can win the 10, you won't pay for an entry fee for KBF events this year. I'm not talking about I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about Pro Tour, National Championship, Trails. You won't pay for an entry for a tournament. And I hate to say I can't just give it to you. I got to throw the carrot out there. But if you win the 10, I won't put no extra pressure on you. But if you win the 10, your entry fees are covered for the rest of the year.
No extra pressure? What? Wait a minute. The Brundle Bundle. Dude, first of all, phenomenal marketing. I love that. The Brundle Bundle. Oh, so the Brundle
And thanks for having a name that rhymed with something.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying? That worked out great.
The Brundle Bundle is going to be the new staple in KBF's The 10, to where if you're a rookie coming into the 10 house, like Brundle, like the namesake says, the Brundle Bundle.
All right, Scott, you got the gist of it. Get me out of here. Put Derek's face back on there. I just wanted to jump in and say that.
Jeff, before you go, thank you very much, and not just for that, and not just for the kind words, but all the work that you've been doing to get this sport to the point that it's at. Much love and much appreciation for that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Over. Love you, bro. I'll call you later.
Love you too, man. Y'all be good.
Appreciate it. The Brundle Bundle. What? No pressure. All you got to do is go win the 10. Not only do you win the 10 and win 10K, you don't have to pay for another KBF entry fee for the year. What?
It seems pretty simple, right?
See, no. No.
I mean,
I'm sorry. No, I don't mean to be yelling into this thing, but no, that's not simple.
That is absolutely insane. I didn't even.
Bro. No pressure, no pressure, Brundle.
I gotta. I don't even know what to say. That's amazing. That's amazing. I might have to go win the 10 now.
You've got to go win the 10.
I
There's
feel like
nothing else to do. You have to go win the 10.
I think that's just gonna have to happen now.
Holy Hoover! What? Did you know? He didn't come up with Brundle Bundle like that. Come on. Did you know?
I didn't know. No, I had no idea.
How did he?
No idea.
Bro, guys, I'm telling y'all, like, Chad don't look like he's got anything going on upstairs. Like, he just doesn't. That hamster never quits sprinting. I don't understand it. Brundle Bundle.
That's incredible. I mean, that is going to give people just an extra incentive to. Not just myself, but I'm saying in the future. I mean, that's huge.
That's huge, bro. That's huge.
That's incredible. I'm completely honored. That's incredible.
That's what this community is, though, Derek. And you, like you said, man, you alluded to it earlier this year. That's what this community, bro. That's what I preach about every single week in and week out on every platform that I have. Is this community, bro? It's something special.
I agree 100%. I mean, up in Lake George, I ran into an angler that was having trouble, and I was doing fairly well it was my first tournament, and I ended up giving him a couple of baits that I was catching fish on, and you know how weird things work out. Down the line, we end up on the same pro staff team together later on down the line this year, and you know he reached out to me and thanked me for that, which most people aren't going to give somebody the baits that they're catching fish on and tell them exactly where they're catching them. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot more we can do for each other than we do out there, and I don't know. I like the camaraderie of the sport. That's one of the main things that gets me.
Yeah, sorry, I'm texting Hoover. I don't know. Okay. I'm stunned. Like, I'm shook. I'm shocked. Like, as if this payout wasn't enough of a reason to go in and compete against these 10 guys in the Dee Zee the TEN, presented by Kissimmee Sports down on the Kissimmee chain of lakes. Like, I mean, the guy just put all the eggs in your basket, Brundle, and said, "Go get it."
I'm gonna go. I mean, I'm going. I'm gonna go get it. I mean, there's nothing else that I can say more than. I mean, I can't even say anything. I that was completely unexpected and definitely not anything that I don't even know what to say. That was crazy.
So for everybody moving forward, Chad just laid it all out there. If you guys are just tuning in, you've got to go back and listen to every bit of tonight's show, because, man, did we have fireworks left and right on this show tonight. A phenomenal story with Derek stepping in and really kind of exposing who he is and what he is and why he carries himself the way that he does in such an amazing manner on the water and off, to talking about these other guys and giving these mad props in this respect, to having Hoover somehow creepily, very creepily, I'm going to talk about that anyway, Hoover, about getting into the back door of the green room. That's weird. We're going to discuss that kind of ninja move that was. But to bring it in the Brundle Bundle, for every rookie from here on out to go out and do what Derek Brundle did this 2019 season, to work your way in to be the rookie of the year and work your way into the 10 house, that now there's more opportunity on the table. It's incredible. Incredible.
It is. Absolutely
incredible, bro. Well, dude, you have been, dude, I could keep talking. Like, we're going to have you back. You've got to go win this so I can interview you again.
Bet.
because there's so much I've got questions in my notes that I didn't even get to, and we're out of time. But bro, I was a fan before. I'm eternally a fan now. I can't wait to see you down in Florida in just a couple of weeks. Before you roll, bro, I want to roll out the red carpet for you, give you an opportunity to take over the mic and thank any sponsors, give shout out to family, friends. I'm sure your daughter's watching with the Marine, with the husbands. Big shout out to her and what she's doing and the sacrifices that takes on everyone's part for being a family member of a service member. Much love there. But rookie of the year, Mr. Brundle, the mic's yours, man. Think who you want to. I'll shut up.
I appreciate it, man, and yeah, I mean, I've probably, one of my biggest support teams is my family and my friends. I want to give a shout out to all of them. Rob Pagnano, my buddy Matt, they'll both be down at the 10. You'll meet those guys. Two Hammers coming down. I mean, Rob rolls up to the boat launch with a Mercedes, hauling his kayak on a trailer, and that ain't no joke. The Duke and Fish. So, I got to do a huge shout out to New Canoe. They've really taken me under their wing and kind of let me roll with it. And it's been an amazing journey with them. I'm also really excited to announce that I've been put on a team for a brand new rod company that's coming out called Exotic High Performance Rods, where they're going to be all built on the highest quality blanks Norfolk Composite has. And I'll be a vital part of the research and development on those. I'll have some prototypes with me as we're down in Florida, so I'll be really excited to show you guys those. Tight Lines Worldwide is an incredible company that I'm affiliated with, as far as they've got a really strong message in the community, as far as fishing and brotherhood and sisterhood. And of course, Motor Guide, man. I know we didn't get to talk about Motor Guide very much, but they really get behind me, and I really appreciate that. Thrasher Sports Apparel, they make all my jerseys, all my hoodies, Reaction Strike lures, Castaic lures, Katana hooks, and Amphibia eye gear. Amped Outdoors, my lithium battery sponsor. Credible batteries for a good, affordable price. And most of all, I want to thank my dad for getting me into this crazy thing we call bass fishing. That dude would show up at school and dismiss me from school, telling the people at school I had a doctor's appointment, and I'd get out to the truck and the rods would be in there and we'd go hit the lake and go fishing. Probably not the best idea now with child advocacy and all that, but he did that for me, and I totally love him for it. And I'm pretty sure he's watching tonight, Dad. I love you, and I appreciate everything you've done for me in my life.
Dude, you're a class act, Derek Brundle, in every every sense of the word, bro. You've turned so many folks. I hope you go back, bro, and take a look at the comments. I know there's so much going on in these shows. You've came in as a rookie and taken a national stage tonight here on this show, and absolutely just crushed every single thing that we threw at you. And I've got no doubts that you're going to go down and compete in this 10, and you're going to make an impact on all the guys in the house and on the community, bro. Win, lose, draw, flat out, 12, first place, whatever it is that you do. Keep grinding, bro. Keep being you. Everything about you is inspiring. I'm a fan, Derek. I can't wait to see you in a couple weeks, bro.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I really do. Thanks for having me on. It's been great, man. I look forward to going down there and grabbing onto the Brundle Bundle.
I love it, bro. I love it. I'm getting a shirt made. The Brundle Bundle. Dude, I may be pulling for you now above it. I'm sorry. I haven't announced yet who I think's winning it all, because I wanted to interview everybody, and then I'll talk about it Monday night when we have on Corey Dreyer and Ron Champion. And in our wrap up special of the 10. So, dude, you're a star, bro. You're a star, and the whole world knows it. And I'm gonna be screaming it from here on out. You're a star. Go down to Kissimmee Chain of Lakes, down there and show Kissimmee Sports, show Dee Zee and the rest of the 10 what you're made of, bro, and go get it, dog. I'm pulling for you.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
All right, bro. I'll talk to you later, man. Thanks so much for your time tonight.
Nah, thanks everybody.
Guys, I don't even know. Like, I'm not speechless very often. Like, I mean, I make a living running my mouth. And I tell you what, guys, that dude's a star. You guys hear me? That guy's a star. Like, that guy's a pro. I mean, on every. I'm a fan. I'm a fan, Derek Brundle. I'm a fan, Derek Brundle. I can't. I'm pumped. I can't wait. I still don't understand that 4-degree weather you're going to see tonight. I'm not a fan of that. I ain't about that life. I can't. I'm not. I can't do 4 degrees. You guys stop in the comment section. I can't do it. 4 degrees? I ain't built for that. I can't do it. It ain't me. Hoover, I'm fixing to call you. I don't know what the hell you're doing in my green room. Stay out of my green room, Hoover. Scott Beutjer's way in. You see the show, right? Says my name at the top. Killing me, bro. Killing me. Guys, I don't even know. What a great show. I don't want to go. I got to go. You got to go. Everybody's got to work tomorrow. If you missed any of this, I'm telling you guys, go check it out on kayakbassfishing.com/the weigh-in. Download the podcast tomorrow morning on your way into work and listen to it in the truck or in the car. But you need to hear all of this. If you're just tuned in and you missed anything, you've got to go listen to the rest of this interview. Tomorrow night, we got on Ken Wood. I'm pumped to talk to Ken Wood tomorrow night. We're going to laugh. I'm telling you right now, that dude is funny. And we're going to make fun of him a little bit. And we're going to take some shots at these other 10 guys because I know Ken Wood ain't scared to watch me take shots and maybe back me up. I don't know if he will or not. He's a good-sized dude. Like, he's stocky. So, maybe I'll get Ken in my corner tomorrow night. So, yeah, we got to do that. We're finishing out. We're in the home stretch with Ken Wood, Mike Elsey, Josh Stewart, and Russ Snyder's rounding out the rest of this week. And then Monday night, we're having on the champs. Ron Champion himself, literally, it's in the namesake, right? Ron Champion and Corey Dreyer are both coming on to talk about the first ever 10 and how it's changed. The first ever 10 4 years ago wasn't a $30,000 payout. Those guys both, I think, are going to compete in the Invitational to work their way into this house to try to make some money back up. So it'll be time to see what happens with that. Anyway, I'm gonna quit rambling. Derek Brundle, the Brundle Bundle. Go get it, boy. Go get it. Guys, I'm your host, Scott Beutjer, for the weigh-in. Telling you guys always, tag your dreams. Love you guys. I'm out. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Holla. Hoover, I'm fixing to call you right now. The hell are you doing in my green room? Call Chad Hoover. What the? I'm going to